So, alright, in this video, let's try to create the most realistic light material in Revit architecture. So first, let's place an artificial light right in here. I'm gonna get into load family, and right in here, I would like to pick up a lighting folder, which is here. And I'm gonna go for architecture, and maybe an internal light, and probably a floor light that's right here. 1 and 2. Yeah, I'm gonna fix 2 lights here, and maybe if I tried to render the scene, I like to pick up interior artificially and hit render. This is the first scene where you're having very low brightness. Let's change brightness and let's change material. And also, but if you observe the light, you can see that there is a white cutout over there. But in the actual case, if you observed any object, if you observed any sort of light, there will be an internal light emitting material, and that light will hit into a surface, and that surface will absorb some of the energy from the light, and that will re-emit that energy, which is simply called as translucency. So this is the case right here. We are having an LED strip right here, and that LED strip is emitting the light, and the diffuse or the outer material which is able to capture the light and re-emit itself. That is how actually the light material works. And I can show you a different case that's the same light, and you can say that there's an internal light there, and light is emitting, and that light is being absorbed by the outer diffuse, and the diffuse will act as a light emitting material. So that's the general case of the light emitting material. But as in this case, you can see that there is no actual light emitting material. No translucency is being provided here. If you closely observe it, you can see that the screen is filled with white object, which is not at all a translucent object. So let's try to change materials. Okay, I'm gonna select the floor. Maybe I like to go for some sort of white toned material. I can't really. For God's sake, I'm going for porcelain as for floor material, and for wall material, I like to go for maybe some sort of clad white material. White material. That's enough. Alright, so the materials looks okay. Now for ceiling, maybe some sort of wooden material. Alright, so all those 3 materials are totally okay. Now let me try to change the actual light material. Now if you try to render the scene, you can see that much more emissivity has been increased. Okay, you can see that light is more emissive, and let me change some of the property here. Okay, that looks okay. But the problem that doesn't solve right in here. So now let's try to change this asset here. So for changing the light emitting material, actually I would like to create a light emitting material by getting into management materials. So right now here you can create a new material. That one should be renamed as maybe light emitting material, whatever be that. But in the appearance, there is only a single option that you would like to change, which is the transparency. And I like to increase the translucency right into 100, and yeah, that's enough. That's the only one thing that you would like to do. And maybe for shade, I like to change this right into maybe a sort of warm tone, you can say. And there is nothing more much I would like to change. And transparency maybe 20 to 25. More transparency provide more will be the chance for the light emitting material to get visible. So I don't want to get it transparent 100%. So now let's select the light emitting light, and if I have a diffuser material here, and I like to change it into light emitting material. That's it. Now if you try to render the scene, so this is the situation right here. So you can see that realism has been increased a bit more, but the other case is totally chaotic. So we can change some of the settings right in here. So I like to get into the actual light, and let me try to increase the brightness. And this is an IES light. You're gonna get into the edit family, and I like to get into the light source definition. I like to change this into maybe a uniform light. Well, alright, then let me increase the brightness maybe a little bit more. And okay, that's it. There's nothing much more to change in the light settings. Now let's get into the draft rendering settings, and gonna get into the edit. I like to precise control the shadows with maybe for level maybe 8 or 9, whatever be that, and I hit render. So that's the modified or updated material, and that looks totally quite okay if you compare it with the previous white only material. There's a sort of a radial gradient, you can say that is, and if I try to increase the brightness, you can say that the center spot is being bright compared to the total white compared to overall white material in the last set. And now the rendering is not 100%. I stop rendering in between, which I always do. Alright, okay, so that's it on this video, and thanks for watching.